Looks like Moondrop has finally done it. They've released the successor to the Moondrop Chu, the Moondrop Jiu. And what it is $5 more expensive at $25. For that money, you get basically the same shell as the Moondrop Chu, which is good because it's really small and really good for smaller ears. However, at a nozzle diameter of 6mm, that's not so good for smaller ears. But you also get a non-detachable cable, which I know you all loved last time, so they decided to give it again this time. But they have sweetened the deal with an inline microphone, that's nice, and an evolution, because the Moondrop Jiu is a USB-C IEM. That has a little DAC in it, so there's one less thing for you to carry around. A DAC, an IEM, and an inline microphone for $25? This seems like a good deal already. But they've gone a step ahead and done something that I think all of you are going to like. They've included spring tips. We know you all like spring tips, so you get 3 sizes of spring tips in the box. Now I have to say that non-detachable cable is not ideal because microphonics are pretty bad when you're out and about, but they've thought of that and they've included a set of hooks that go around your ear and reduce those microphonics. So at least they've thought of that, and for $25, yeah, it's pretty good. But all that is moot unless it sounds good. So how does it sound? Well, it sounds like this. And before you go running to the stores, there's a couple of caveats. One, the bass. It looks like there's a lot of bass, but it doesn't sound like it. Now, bass is tight, it's punchy, the point of impact is really crisp. I really enjoy it. However, it's not very well extended in the sub bass, and by way of detail, well, there isn't much, not down there anyway. The mids, however, do sound nice and detailed simply because they're really well tuned. They're just flat, it's great, no issues. When it comes to the upper mids and the treble, specifically the 6 to 8 kilohertz region, you can tell that it's a little bit too sharp. There's a little too much energy there, and you can definitely hear it. Now, you might like that, but for me personally, it adds a little bit of unnatural timbre there. Very reminiscent of the Moondrop Chu, but not nearly as bad, not to my ears at least. Maybe partly because it's balanced out by that bass. However, I would recommend just a little bit of EQ, maybe just 2 or 3 decibels down between 6 and 8 kilohertz, and it does wonders. Reduces the sharpness a little bit, but still keeps that sparkle and air that I know you guys like. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty darn good sounding IEM for the price. Just don't expect it to be very hefty in the bass. It's there, it's punchy, it'll surprise you, but it won't give you that sub-bass extension, and you'll start to realize that once you start comparing it with other IEMs. But there's 2 questions people always ask me, so let's address them. Number 1, how does it compare with the Belon BLO3 or the CCAC RA? I don't know. I don't have those pairs, stop asking me, I don't know. Then it doesn't matter because it's good by itself anyway. And 2, how does it actually game? And the answer is pretty good. Honestly, sense of space is not bad for the price point and for what it is, an in-ear monitor, and imaging is actually pretty good. I would say this is as good for gaming for me as the 7Hz Zero or the Tangzu One R. No issues whatsoever here. Plus it's USB-C, so it goes right in. And if you're mobile gaming, you can use that microphone too. But how good is that microphone? Let's take a look. Check, this is the USB-C microphone, the inline microphone of the Moondrop Jiu. What if I take it outside? What if I step outside on the balcony with all the traffic raging outside? Okay, it's not that much traffic, but it is noisy. What does it sound like? There's a lot of noise here. You tell me. Now, that being said, I have to say, for immersive gaming, if you want a lot of explosions and if you want to really be immersed, then it's going to lack a little bit. 2 reasons why. Number 1, doesn't have much sub-bass extension, doesn't have that really low bass rumble heft, but also it doesn't handle very busy tracks. So if there's a lot going on in a game, like with all other IEMs at this price point, it's not going to do the best. You're probably better off jumping to the $80-$100 price category if you want that, or at least the $50 price point. Stay tuned for a Project Red review. I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. But overall, this is an easy IEM to recommend. It's $25. You get a USB-C DAC, you get an inline microphone, that still sounds pretty good all things considered, and you get IEMs, that's good for gaming and good for music, and honestly, it's a damn good deal. Plus, you get those spring tips, which you all love. This has got to be the easiest recommendation I've ever made, the Moondrop Jiu. Well worth it, little bit of EQ required in my opinion, but hey, you might enjoy it. What you might also enjoy is hitting that subscribe button, because I know I will enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay happy, stay peaceful, stay colorful. Namaste.